Hi everyone. Thank you for coming and supporting my blog and checking it out. Thank you for everyone who has encouraged and supported me. I'm really excited. I'm going to be talking about all things motherhood, what I feed my child, what clothes I buy him, just everything. This first vlog is going to be ranting about something I am very passionate about, breastfeeding. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a young mom of one rad little boy, my little co-star in the back there. I had to put on Dora to distract him for a little bit. And we've been breastfeeding for 16 months. And it's been definitely an emotional roller coaster. I've vented to a few of my friends for sure, but it's been worth it. And yeah, it's been fun. So yeah, it's just something that I'm very passionate about, and I guess I have some things to say that I'm going to say. I'm so awkward, oh my god. I'm wearing my geek goggles. I'm pretty sure they like raise my IQ at least 10 points, so yeah, get ready for some intelligent conversation. Alright, so first of all I want to talk about breastfeeding and formula feeding and what I think of the two. Breastfeeding is hard, especially the first few months. It hurts, it sprays in like 10 different directions from each nipple. You're constantly hungry and you're constantly sticky. I remember the first 2 months I took a shower every single day, twice a day. But formula feeding is equally as or even harder. Sterilizing bottles, boiling water, making sure it's just the right temperature, making sure you have enough bottles and formula when you leave the house. There are definitely pros and cons to both. In the end, I give huge props to mothers who formula feed because I couldn't do it. I'm lazy, kind of cheap, and extremely unorganized, and my husband can definitely back me on that one. Formula feeding mothers, you have every reason to feel just as proud for nourishing your babies. With that being said, I do encourage every mother to at least try and breastfeed, even if it's just for a couple hours. You don't know until you try. I do have friends who chose not to breastfeed right away. Do I think they're a bad mom because of it? Hell no. Did I still encourage them to at least try? Yeah. Some mothers aren't comfortable with it, and that's okay. But at the same time, you can't let people who aren't comfortable with it make you feel uncomfortable. Some women don't breastfeed at all. Some breastfeed for a few weeks, 6 months, 1 year, and some for a couple years. No matter what your comfort level is, you should still encourage women to breastfeed for as long as they are okay with it. I have met women who have weaned their babies before they were ready because of pressure from other people. Husbands, moms, mother-in-laws, strangers. And they ended up regretting it. Did I already say that? I'm lucky because the majority of people in my life support me thus far. Or maybe they just know better than to say anything. But I have felt pressure to wean from outside sources, and I've even considered it. But honestly, why would I force myself to quit something that feels so natural? It's easy. We should all encourage each other as long as we are feeding and nourishing our children. As far as us breastfeeding mothers go, we need to stop bragging that breast is best because it's not for a lot of families. And I'm guilty of that too. The first month or two, I did hashtag breast is best on a couple pictures, and it was before I heard people's stories and witnessed mothers struggling with trying to meet up to the standards. I have a friend who breastfed for a few weeks. She loved it. Then she got an infection due to her C-section and was put on all sorts of painkillers and antibiotics, a whole bunch of crap. And she decided to stop giving her daughter breast milk. I honestly believe that that was the safest and the best option for her daughter. I know other women who feel shitty about themselves because they wanted to breastfeed but couldn't stand the pain or couldn't keep their supply up. Their babies weren't gaining enough weight, and they made the best choice for them to supplement. Sometimes breast is best, and sometimes formula is best. No more hating. And as far as hating goes, I am so over mommy wars, and I'm not just talking about breastfeeding, formula feeding. There's mommy wars over everything, and it needs to stop. I had a lady comment on one of my Instagram photos the other day saying, us breastfeeding moms need to stick together. No, moms need to stick together. Anyone can be a lactivist. A lactivist is a lactation activist. Whether or not you decide to nurse at all, you can still choose to support breastfeeding women. You can choose to be a lactivist. You don't even have to be a mother. You don't even have to be a woman. Encouraging and supporting women who breastfeed makes you a lactivist. Smiling at a woman nursing in public means you support breastfeeding. Smiling, oh, I already said that. We need to just make a change and let people be comfortable. Quit judging each other. I watched a video of a woman who was getting interviewed because she was still breastfeeding her 6-year-old daughter at night. I don't want to breastfeed that long, personally, but I admire her because she is standing up for something she believes in, even though the majority of men and women in this world are against her and judging her and don't agree with her. I wanted to share it, but I didn't. Why? I guess I was worried about what other people would think. I guess I was worried about what my friends would think. And I'm really disappointed in myself for that because she is a true inspiration. My next topic is going to be about nursing in public and posting pictures. Breastfeeding pictures. When I first started nursing, it was mostly inside my own home, and I didn't need a cover. I remember one of our first family trips to Sylvan Lake. We went to the beach and it was hot and it was time to feed Finn. Court, my husband, was super paranoid about someone seeing Finn feeding. He was trying to cover me with a cover and Finn didn't like it. He was getting really upset. And then Court was getting frustrated for fear someone would see my unlatched boob. I was getting frustrated because it was hot and both my boys were upset. I was also frustrated because I didn't feel the need to cover up and I didn't know how to express that to my husband at the time. At a beach full of people wearing barely anything, the last thing anyone should be looking at or would be looking at is the child breastfeeding. And if they minded, why should we even care? We should be more worried about feeding our child than what people think. Plus, I was proud, loud and proud, and I wasn't ashamed of breastfeeding. I loved it. I'm not saying that all women who choose to use a cover are ashamed. They just aren't as comfortable with it, and that's okay too. Everyone has their own comfort level. I guess I just wanted to promote and encourage and normalize it from the start. Eventually, I talked to Court, and he realized how passionate I was about it, and he has supported me nursing in public ever since. Taking photos breastfeeding in grocery stores and doing nursing headstands in public parks. I am so thankful he is such a supportive husband. I love you. As far as photos go, we take photos of things we love, milestones in our lives, things we are proud of, beautiful things, and breastfeeding is all of those. A time in my life that I will always cherish. There was a woman the other day who commented on one of my friend's breastfeeding photos asking if her husband appreciated her posting nursing photos. It probably wasn't my place, but being the person I am, I had to say something. Sorry, Jen. We are a generation of strong, independent women, and we need to empower and encourage another. I think sharing breastfeeding photos is helping normalize breastfeeding and something that people need to see so that they start to understand that it's a healthy, natural thing to do. After all, it's what our breasts were made to do. Helping women understand that we do not need to hide or feel ashamed because we use our breasts to feed our children. And our husbands are the ones that should be there to support us most. It is an absolutely amazing thing that after carrying our children for 9 months, we produce milk that they can live solely on for the first 6 months of their lives. It's actually incredible. The last thing I wanted to mention is that I've noticed that a lot of nurses and the older generation are giving mothers false information, like saying that nursing your child to sleep is damaging their teeth. That's not true. Or after 1 year of nursing, it's only for comfort and the milk has no value. That's not true either. I've encountered too many people giving false information to mothers, and it's really sad, and it really honestly makes me angry. You need to be more knowledgeable and do your research before you hand out advice. Thank you. So, yeah, that was my rant. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was fun to just express myself and, yeah, put it out there. So, thanks for watching. Feel free to share it. Maybe it'll go viral. Probably not, but, you know, big dreamer. All right, guys. I'll see you next week.